We're fishing brook trout, native wild brook trout in northern Maine on remote wilderness ponds. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, guys, quite a few brook trout topside already. Haven't even had breakfast yet. Got a cup of coffee driven right into me and got these eggs cooking right now. Got the potatoes done. Been kind of an interesting way to cook is put something on, get a flag, turn the food on low, go get the flag and try to hustle back before it burns. We're doing pretty good right now, to be honest with you. Looking pretty good. Breakfast is looking good. Got a flag up right now, so gonna try to drive this breakfast right into me in a hurry and then go get those flags, catch me some more brook trout. So far I got one long and skinny brook trout, quite a few topside, not the droid we're looking for yet. We're looking for a big one. I'm using really big shiners and a little bit bigger hooks than normal, and got a pretty good spread here. I've never fished here before, so it's all new to me. I kind of based it off the shoreline. I was looking for ledge, rocks, points, and gravelly bottom. And that's kind of what I found. If you look along the shore, you'll see like the shale over here and ledge. And then if you look upon the shoreline, you'll see gravel right there with like decent sized stones and stuff like that. Brookie love to be in. Can't quite get my breakfast driven into me yet. So we're heading over to this flag. Oh, it actually took it. Ooh, wow. That feels giant. It must be hung up. Yeah, it's gotta be, it's definitely around something. I'm hoping it pops free. Yeah, it just came around one thing. Feels like a pretty decent fish. Oh, we just got hung up. I'm gonna see if it'll swim out so I don't pull it too hard underneath whatever it is. Give it a chance to swim out of there. Got it. It's swimming out from under it. Fish is still on there. It feels like a pretty good fish, but it's hard to tell when it's wrapped. Okay, we're free of that obstruction. And we're close. Yeah, nice brook trout. Beauty, holy cow. What a beauty. Might be one of the prettiest ones yet. Let's take a look at that guy. That might be the prettiest one yet. Man, if I didn't have a plate of breakfast sitting right there warm next to that hole, this guy might go in the fry pan real quick. What a pretty fish. Let's get him back. Dang it, another flag up. We gotta get some breakfast in us. He's rolling. He is rolling. Got him. He's way out there. Feels all right. Feels like a brookie. Coming pretty easy right now. Big head shake, big head shake. Oh yeah, nice brookie. All right, another nice brook trout. Let's get him back and eat some breakfast. We got movement. Got him. Doesn't feel very big. Feels like a brookie. Yep, nice little brook trout. Little brookie. Pretty fish. Pretty fine. This one feels all right. It's not a chub. It's decent. Stay on. Feels all right. Feels like a pretty good fish. Don't be a chub. Feeling more chubby. No, it's a brookie. Nice. Pretty one. Man, these things are pretty, aren't they? Get back. Another flag. Ooh, that feels all right. That feels okay. Coming right at us. Ah, a little brook trout. Nice one. Nice one. Got him and the log. All right, we got a brook trout stuck to a log. This ought to be fun. We got about a 12-inch brookie stuck to a log, and I was gonna eat the next brookie I catch for lunch, but I don't know if we're getting this guy in. Interesting. Got him. All right, he's smaller than I thought, but he was wrapped up pretty good. Right, that was fun. I had to hook the stick with the axe and break it to get it up through the hole. All right, guys, we got a flag out. It is just before noon, and I'm starting to get hungry, so I think the next keep of brook trout I catch is going to go right into the hot oil frying pan. Let's take a look. Ah, just barely tripped. Nothing on there. Got him. He's tiny. Tiny little brook trout. I don't know if he's even big enough to keep. I don't believe he is. I was going to keep the next one for lunch, but I think he might be a little too small. Be good eater size, but I think he's a little too small for that. Let's get him back. What a pretty fish. There's a trout. Got him. That was cool. Oh, friggin' chub. Not cool. I thought it was trout. Chub-a-doo, chub-a-doo. Got it. Okay guys, quit fishing just a little bit earlier than normal today. Got maybe 45 minutes left of daylight. That way I can get my camp set up for the night. Totally different camping for me than normal. Left the Eskimo, left the floor, left most of that stuff at home. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try to go super stealth and super easy camping. I'm gonna actually try to camp and sleep in that thing right there. So one of the reasons I quit a little early is there is water in the bottom of that from the bait bucket, from all the rain today, from some fish I threw in there. Now I need to unload all my fishing stuff, flip that baby over, let it dry out a little bit, get all the water out of it, get it ready for bed tonight, and cook up some dinner in the meantime. That's my roof. I want my roof to dry out a little. All right, sleeping bag, pillow, and bedroll. This is all my camera gear. Cook stove. Garmin. That's my night light. Traps. Jack traps in a luring pack basket. All right. So I'll show you the residual water just from fishing all day. Most of that's bait bucket water. Trying to see it in there. So what I'm gonna do now is flip this baby over so it has a little bit of time to drain while I'm cooking dinner. And hopefully it's pretty well dry so my bedroll doesn't wick any of the moisture up. Beautiful. All right, it's time for dinner. All right, dinner tonight is gonna be some deer steak. Can never go wrong with deer steak. My olive oil is still kind of frozen, so we gotta put a little heat to that. See what happens. Found this flagpole up in the woods from a beaver chew. So I'm gonna cut a couple short lengths of that to lay down underneath the tote sled. I think, whereas I'm gonna camp on the ice tonight, I'll probably camp in the woods tomorrow. Whereas I'm on the ice tonight, sleeping on a giant, huge ice cube might make things a little colder unless I can get up off the ground or get a little airflow underneath it. Temps tonight's only supposed to be about 18 or 19 Fahrenheit above zero, so we're not looking at anything crazy cold. So I think it would be better to get up off the ice. So I'm gonna cut a couple lengths of this thing. Probably dry. Cool, those are ready to go. I hope I fit. Let's take a peek. That one's done. That one's perfect. That one's bleeding, but it's good enough. Bleeding, but good enough. That one's still got a layer that needs some cooking. Let's see how everything's shaping up. We got dinner done, looking good. Got this up on the blocks. This is kind of dry. A little bit of surface water, but not too bad. I didn't make it airtight when I made it. I was kind of in a rush, to be honest with you. So it's not super tight. So there'll be some airflow coming in and out of there tonight, which I don't know if it's going to be too cold or not. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be too cold. I've slept in a lot colder than that in my tent. So it should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. I love packing light and easy, and tomorrow I'll be able to fish right till dark if I want to, and just I'll have this set up. I think I might set up in the woods though tomorrow. I might go looking for some shed antlers in the afternoon. That's my bedroll right there. It's 2 inches of foam. This one's Teton Sports. This is the same one I use over my cot when I'm sleeping in my Eskimo tent. All right, looks good. It fits perfectly. Now for my sleeping bag and pillow. Kind of looks cozy, doesn't it? And then for the roof. Let's see how that roof's gonna look. See if that roof dried out. Nice. Beautiful. All right. I think that's going to work out quite nicely. Just in case we get any more like rain or sleet or snow tonight, like the last couple nights, I'll have this cover. I'll have my roof over my head, and I'll be able to crawl in a corner, I think, then reach over, and hopefully I'll be able to tuck it around pretty tight around the outside tonight. Fishing these remote wilderness ponds like this, it's quite a haul getting in here, and that's why I wanted to try packing a lot lighter than normal for wear and tear on all the equipment, and just getting in here, and just wanted to try it too. So that's why we're a lot lighter this trip. We're fishing brook trout, native wild brook trout in northern Maine on remote wilderness ponds. Doesn't get much better than that. Hopefully that'll be comfortable tonight. I think it's going to be pretty good. It should be good enough for me. My tolerance level is pretty high, so I don't really have too many worries about that. But if that works out, that's going to be a game changer for quick trips or satellite trips, or jumping to another pond, another pond, another pond. Like get in, get out, stay the night. Should be able to hit a whole chain of ponds by doing that. It'll be so easy just to pick up in the morning. All I'm gonna have to do is just I'll make a pot of coffee right here. I'm actually gonna probably fish right here tomorrow, but if I was to move, I would make a pot of coffee, maybe cook breakfast here, then throw everything back in my bed after cleaning up the bedroll and putting the bedroll away. And then it's just hook up with a snowmobile and go to the next lake. I could even hook up tonight. So I still have a little bit of daylight left. So what I think I'm gonna do, I decided I'm gonna fish here tomorrow for brook trout. So I think I'm gonna drill my holes right now, and I don't think they're gonna freeze over too stiff in the morning. So that way I can be pretty stealthy and maybe just pop them out in the morning if I need to. Commence right to fishing. It'll save some time in the morning. It'll also make me a lot stealthier and a little bit more quiet in the morning. We'll see if that works. But I see that hole's a little bit bigger than I like, and there was some wind coming in it. So I'm gonna put my pack basket right there in front of that hole. That'll block any wind coming down the lake. Hoping it doesn't rain tonight, but you never know. These mountains up here definitely make their own weather. Nice. All right, that should work. That should work like a rafter to hold up my roof. I don't wish it was dry, but it'll be all right. And I can adjust that once I get in there. Get a little closer to my head if I want, so there's nothing sagging. This tote sled is the Otter Large. It's the biggest one they make now. They used to make one bigger, but I don't think it sold very well because it was really too big to haul around. With the Brandon box that I built for the top of this thing, the extra 16 inches of height all the way around. The old cover that fits the Otter Large still fit it, and it was tight, but my buddy had ordered the Otter Resort cover by accident, and we put it on and it actually wrapped around the entire box, so it was a really nice fit. So he needed the Otter Large cover, so we just made a trade. So if you build a Brandon box and you want to cover that if you build a Brandon box and you want a cover that completely encompasses everything and it'll hold going 80 miles an hour, get the Otter Resort cover for the Otter Large Pro sled. Okay, to deal with that crack I had in the front, the big gap, I put the basket in front to block the wind, and then I decided to wrap the cover all the way over the front where my head's gonna be, and then I'm gonna crawl in the back over here, and I'll reach down as much as I can with this down, maybe catch this cleat right here, and then I got this stick to keep everything up and high. Should be good to go. I got a really cool book I'm into right now called The Adventures of Lou and Charlie. If you guys ever grew up reading fur fishing game like I did, I think I looked forward to either Maurice Decker's Adventures of Lou and Charlie or possibly the end of the Trapline Pictures. I looked forward to those the most every month when I got my fur fishing game. I read every single magazine cover to cover, but I really looked forward to those Adventures of Lou and Charlie. It was a series, and it was usually like a 12-part series, so it'd be the whole year. And each episode kind of left you with a cliffhanger, and they were really cool. And then Fur Fishing Game finally put everything, all of those entire series into some hardcover books and sold them as books. So of course I bought all of those, and I'm just starting to get into those right now. So pretty awesome books. But I'm gonna do some reading tonight. I got a headlamp, and I also have this big light, which should light that up. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much or too hard tonight. I guess I could have brought a tarp. I have a tarp in the truck, but the truck's really far away right now. I think this tarp is, I know this tarp is pretty well waterproof. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not like a tarp, this cover that Otter makes, but it should be all right for tonight. Hopefully I'll be as snug as a dub in a tub. You could definitely fit 2 people pretty comfortably in here, I think, without even having to stack them side by side, or as we say in Maine, side by each. And I'm just gonna wear a sweatshirt and sweatpants tonight. Should be warm enough with that. All right, that'll go in that corner. And then the trick is like not having to wear my boots in there. So I haven't figured out that trick yet. I've started to take one off. I'm gonna fully take another off. I'm not as agile as I once was. All right, so that shoe, that doesn't have one on. Nice, it worked. Cool. All right, boots are off. Pretty dry. They're gonna go in that far corner. And I have a dry pair of socks in here that I'm gonna change into. Got a stick right here for the roof. And that's it. I'm gonna bring you guys with me so I don't have to come back out. All right. Let's get some light in here. Yeah, I wish that stick was drier, but that's all I got. Okay, pretty good. Boots out of the way, socks, lights. I think I'm gonna be all right. Got my book, Gonna do some reading. All right, good morning. Sun is just about up. It is pretty snug here in my sleeping bag. It's gonna be tough getting out of this morning. It's windy out there. The wind blew pretty good all night. Sleeping wise was not bad. I would definitely recommend a thicker bedroll than just a 2-inch piece of soft foam. That'd be about the only thing I'd change, really. Being able to be mobile too. Maybe I definitely would have been better off sleeping in the woods, out of the wind a little bit more. It is going to be a little bit of a challenge crawling out of this warm sleeping bag and throwing those bibs on. Hopefully they dried out in the wind last night. And my boots and getting the day started. Yeah, they froze up. No big deal. All right. First things first, gotta put my bibs on, then my boots on, then my jacket on. And I got holes drilled. I don't know if they froze up or not. And then we're gonna set some ice fishing traps for brook trout. All right, looking good. It's pretty chilly out here. Get those clothes on, start conserving my body heat. Lost a little bit of body heat when I climbed out of that sleeping bag. So let's get the coffee started. I left my bait bucket on the other side of the lake because it's got an aerator in it and I didn't want to listen to that aerator all night. Ooh, she's slushed. All right, it's getting set up. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Took a run. Chabba. Dang it. Yep, it's coffee time. Looks pretty muddy. Whew, it ended up coming off pretty cold this morning. Wind is blowing pretty hard. I'm glad I put those rails down underneath the sled. Otherwise that sled would have frozen last night while I was sleeping pretty good. The whole surface, we had about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of slush, kind of mealy ice on top, and that's all frozen solid today. Breakfast is cooking. I had a couple flags so far, but nothing topside other than a chub. Had a brookie messing with one, took 2 shiners from me, so hopefully he comes back for a third. Got him. He's very small. Chubba.